Curiosity is the driving force behind growth, innovation, and personal development. It is that insatiable hunger to know more, to understand deeper, and to challenge the limits of what we already comprehend. From childhood, curiosity is what fuels our learning. It is the reason we ask questions, explore new places, and push boundaries. But as we grow older, societal norms, responsibilities, and routines often dampen this innate drive. People settle into comfort zones, convinced they have learned enough to get by. However, true growth happens when curiosity remains alive, when we continue to seek knowledge beyond what is immediately necessary. Curiosity is the foundation of every great discovery. Scientists, inventors, and visionaries throughout history have achieved greatness simply because they refused to accept things at face value. They asked why, what if, and how. Albert Einstein famously said, "I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious." This statement alone reveals the power of curiosity. It is not intelligence alone that leads to breakthroughs, but the desire to keep exploring, to question what is known, and to find what lies beyond. The world is built on the curiosity of those who dare to seek beyond the obvious. The power of curiosity lies in its ability to drive learning. When a person is curious, they do not see learning as a task, but as an adventure. They actively seek knowledge instead of passively receiving information. This mindset turns reading, observing, and engaging with new ideas into an exciting pursuit rather than an obligation. The difference between someone who learns because they have to and someone who learns because they want to is immense. The former retains information temporarily, the latter internalizes and applies it in a way that transforms their thinking. In today's fast-paced world, where information is abundant, curiosity becomes even more essential. The ability to sift through vast amounts of knowledge and extract what is meaningful requires an active mind. Curiosity helps individuals stay ahead by ensuring they never stop adapting. It encourages people to learn new skills, embrace different perspectives, and remain open to change. Those who maintain their curiosity remain relevant, while those who stop questioning become stagnant. The world is evolving at an unprecedented rate, and curiosity is the tool that keeps individuals growing along with it. Curiosity is also a key driver of creativity. When people are curious, they make unexpected connections between ideas, leading to innovation. Many breakthroughs in science, technology, and the arts have emerged from curiosity-driven exploration. When Steve Jobs developed the first Apple computer, he was not following a predefined path. He was driven by an intense curiosity about how technology could be made more personal and accessible. His ability to ask questions, experiment, and push boundaries changed the world. Beyond professional success, curiosity enhances life experiences. It deepens conversations, strengthens relationships, and enriches daily interactions. When people remain curious about others, they become better listeners, more empathetic, and more understanding. Relationships thrive on curiosity. The desire to know more about the people around us, to understand their perspectives, and to connect on a deeper level. In a world where surface-level interactions are becoming the norm, curiosity allows people to build meaningful connections. Curiosity also fosters resilience. When individuals approach challenges with a curious mindset, they see obstacles as opportunities to learn rather than as failures. Instead of being discouraged by setbacks, they ask, "What can I learn from this?" This shift in perspective makes them more adaptable and open to growth. Many of the world's most successful people did not reach the top because they never failed, but because they remained curious about how to improve after every failure. The ability to stay curious is not something that is lost with age. It is something that must be nurtured. The moment a person stops being curious, they stop growing. The key is to keep asking questions, to keep exploring new ideas, and to never assume that there is nothing more to learn. Reading, watching, and listening are the three fundamental ways to absorb knowledge, shape perspectives, and continuously evolve. In a world where information is abundant, what we choose to consume directly influences our growth, mindset, and understanding of the world. The power of these three learning methods lies in their ability to provide diverse insights, challenge existing beliefs, and introduce new ideas that can inspire transformation. When approached with intention, they become the key to expanding knowledge daily. Reading has always been a gateway to knowledge, whether it is books, articles, research papers, or even biographies. Reading allows individuals to tap into the wisdom of others. It provides access to experiences, lessons, and insights that might take a lifetime to acquire otherwise. People who read regularly develop a deeper understanding of the world, gain new perspectives, and refine their critical thinking skills. Fiction enhances imagination and empathy, while non-fiction broadens knowledge and analytical abilities. In an age where information is available at our fingertips, reading is no longer limited to physical books. Digital platforms, e-books, and online articles provide an endless supply of learning opportunities. Those who make reading a habit naturally develop the ability to think critically, process information effectively, and stay informed about various subjects. Watching is another powerful way to gain knowledge. Visual learning has a strong impact because it allows people to observe, analyze, and understand complex ideas with greater clarity. Documentaries, educational videos, TED Talks, and even interviews with experts provide valuable insights that might be difficult to grasp through reading alone. Watching people in action, seeing body language, and listening to the tone of their voice can convey meaning beyond words. The rise of online learning platforms has made it easier than ever to access quality education in video format. Courses, workshops, and tutorials allow people to learn new skills, gain professional expertise, and explore subjects in a way that is engaging and interactive. Watching real-life examples and case studies can enhance comprehension, making learning more immersive and relatable. Listening is one of the most underrated yet powerful ways to absorb knowledge. Podcasts, audiobooks, and conversations with knowledgeable individuals offer a unique way to learn while on the go. Listening allows people to multitask, making it easier to integrate learning into daily routines. Whether during a commute, workout, or household chores, listening to experts, thought leaders, and storytellers provides valuable insights without requiring dedicated reading time. The power of listening extends beyond structured content. It is also about engaging in meaningful conversations, paying attention to different perspectives, and being open to learning from others. Many of the greatest lessons come not from books or videos, but from the wisdom shared in discussions, experiences, and everyday interactions. Active listening fosters deeper understanding, enhances communication skills, and allows individuals to absorb knowledge from real-life situations. Each of these methods complements the others, creating a well-rounded approach to learning. Reading provides depth and detail, watching offers visual clarity, and listening enables absorption through engagement. Those who integrate all three into their daily lives maximize their ability to learn, adapt, and grow continuously. The key is to be intentional about what is being consumed. Choosing high-quality books, insightful videos, and thought-provoking discussions ensures that knowledge gained is meaningful and valuable. In an era of overwhelming information, filtering out distractions and focusing on sources that truly contribute to growth is essential. What a person reads, watches, and listens to shapes their thinking, decision-making, and overall perspective on life. Stepping out of your comfort zone is one of the most powerful ways to learn, grow, and expand your knowledge. Comfort zones provide a sense of security and familiarity, but they also create limitations. When people stay within the boundaries of what they already know, they miss out on opportunities to challenge themselves, discover new perspectives, and unlock their full potential. Growth happens in the space where discomfort exists, because that is where new experiences, ideas, and skills are developed. The fear of failure, uncertainty, or the unknown often holds people back, but overcoming that fear is what leads to transformation. Every successful person has at some point taken a leap into the unknown. Whether it is starting a new career, learning a new skill, or taking on a challenge that feels intimidating, growth is always accompanied by discomfort. When people push past their fears and limitations, they build resilience and confidence. The first time stepping into unfamiliar territory might feel overwhelming, but each experience strengthens the ability to handle challenges more effectively. The process of learning something new may be uncomfortable at first, but with time, what once seemed difficult becomes second nature. The brain is wired to adapt and grow when exposed to new challenges, making stepping out of the comfort zone a crucial part of lifelong learning. Taking risks, even small ones, is an essential part of expanding knowledge. When people challenge themselves to do things they have never done before, they create opportunities for learning and self-discovery. Trying a new hobby, speaking in public, traveling to unfamiliar places, or engaging in discussions with people who have different perspectives all contribute to personal and intellectual growth. The more experiences a person exposes themselves to, the more they learn about the world and their own abilities. Each new experience adds a layer of knowledge, shaping a more well-rounded and adaptable mindset. One of the biggest obstacles to stepping out of the comfort zone is the fear of failure. Many people hesitate to try new things because they're afraid of making mistakes or looking inexperienced. However, failure is not the opposite of success. It is a necessary part of it. Every mistake teaches a valuable lesson, and every setback provides an opportunity to improve. The most successful individuals in any field have encountered failure numerous times, but they view it as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock. When people shift their mindset from fearing failure to embracing it as a learning experience, they become more willing to take on new challenges. Surrounding oneself with people who encourage growth can make stepping out of the comfort zone easier. Being around individuals who constantly seek knowledge, challenge themselves, and embrace change creates an environment that fosters learning. Conversations with diverse groups of people introduce new ideas and perspectives, pushing individuals to think beyond their existing beliefs. When people engage with those who have different experiences, backgrounds, and expertise, they gain insights that they might not have discovered on their own. Expanding knowledge requires exposure to different viewpoints and the willingness to question existing assumptions. Developing a habit of pushing boundaries regularly makes stepping out of the comfort zone feel more natural over time. Small actions such as trying a new activity, speaking up in a meeting, or reading about unfamiliar topics build confidence and reduce fear of the unknown. The more frequently people challenge themselves, the more they realize that discomfort is temporary, but the growth that comes from it is lasting. Adaptability and resilience are strengthened each time a person faces a new challenge and overcomes it. The world is constantly evolving, and those who are willing to step beyond their comfort zones will always be the ones who continue to grow and succeed. Surrounding yourself with knowledgeable people is one of the most effective ways to expand your understanding, challenge your perspectives, and accelerate personal growth. The people we interact with regularly influence our thinking, decision-making, and overall mindset. When we are in the company of those who are constantly learning, striving for excellence, and sharing valuable insights, we naturally adopt a similar approach to life. The saying, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," holds deep truth. If those around us are ambitious, curious, and open to new ideas, we are more likely to develop those qualities ourselves. Being in an environment where knowledge is valued creates a mindset of continuous learning. Conversations with well-informed individuals introduce new ideas, challenge assumptions, and broaden perspectives. When people engage with those who have expertise in different fields, they gain access to insights they might not have discovered on their own. Exposure to diverse viewpoints fosters critical thinking and enhances problem-solving skills. Surrounding yourself with people who think differently encourages intellectual curiosity and the ability to analyze situations from multiple angles. The more we engage with individuals who push boundaries and question the status quo, the more we learn to do the same. Seeking mentorship from knowledgeable individuals is a powerful way to accelerate learning. Mentors provide guidance, share experiences, and offer valuable advice that can help navigate challenges more effectively. Learning from someone who has already walked the path you are on can save time, prevent mistakes, and provide clarity on complex decisions. A mentor does not always have to be someone in a formal position of authority. Anyone with experience, insight, or a strong understanding of a subject can serve as a mentor. Engaging with people who have achieved what you aspire to accomplish provides motivation and a roadmap for success. Surrounding yourself with knowledgeable people does not mean only seeking out experts. It also involves engaging with peers who are equally passionate about learning and growth. A strong network of like-minded individuals creates an environment of mutual inspiration and accountability. Discussing ideas, sharing resources, and challenging each other's perspectives leads to a continuous exchange of knowledge. When individuals collaborate and learn from one another, they create a collective intelligence that benefits everyone involved. Conversations in such environments become opportunities for discovery rather than just social interactions. One of the most important aspects of learning from knowledgeable people is having the humility to listen and absorb information. Many people focus on proving what they already know instead of being open to new insights. True learning happens when there is a willingness to accept that there is always more to discover. Asking questions, actively listening, and embracing different viewpoints help expand knowledge beyond personal experiences. The ability to listen and learn from those who have different backgrounds, skills, and expertise leads to a more well-rounded and informed perspective. In today's digital age, surrounding yourself with knowledgeable people is not limited to in-person interactions. Online communities, podcasts, webinars, and virtual mentorship opportunities provide access to thought leaders and experts from around the world. Engaging in discussions, attending workshops, and participating in forums where intellectual exchange happens allows continuous learning beyond geographical boundaries. Social media platforms can also be powerful tools for connecting with professionals, joining educational groups, and staying updated on industry trends. The key is to be intentional about consuming content and engaging with individuals who contribute to intellectual and personal growth. Choosing the right environment is essential for developing a mindset of continuous learning. Negative or complacent environments can hinder progress, while an atmosphere that encourages curiosity and knowledge sharing fosters growth. Being selective about the people you spend time with ensures that you are constantly exposed to new ideas, constructive discussions, and meaningful learning experiences. The more time spent with those who inspire, challenge, and educate, the greater the ability to expand knowledge and achieve success. Applying what you learn is the key to transforming knowledge into wisdom, experience, and real-world impact. Learning in itself is valuable, but without application, it remains theoretical. The true power of knowledge comes from using it in practical situations, testing its validity, and refining it through action. Many people spend years acquiring information through books, courses, and discussions, but only a small percentage actively put that knowledge into practice. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stagnant is often the ability to take action on what they have learned. When information is applied, it shifts from passive understanding to active skill development. The process of doing something reinforces learning in a way that reading or listening alone cannot achieve. When someone learns a new concept, whether in business, science, or personal development, they only gain a surface-level understanding until they use it in a real-world situation. Experience deepens comprehension, reveals nuances that theory alone cannot show, and helps refine techniques. Learning a new language, for example, requires more than just studying vocabulary and grammar rules. It demands real conversations, mistakes, and adjustments to develop fluency. The same applies to any skill or knowledge area. Practice makes information tangible and meaningful. One of the biggest reasons people fail to apply what they learn is fear of failure. Many hesitate to take action because they worry about making mistakes or not executing perfectly. However, mistakes are an essential part of the learning process. When knowledge is applied, it often leads to trial and error, but that is where true growth happens. Every failure provides feedback that helps refine understanding and improve future attempts. Those who embrace action despite uncertainty gain more practical wisdom than those who wait for the perfect moment. Progress is not about knowing everything in advance, but about taking the first step and learning along the way. Taking action also builds confidence. When a person successfully applies what they have learned, they gain a sense of accomplishment that reinforces their belief in their abilities. The more they practice, the more natural and intuitive their skills become. This cycle of learning, applying, and refining leads to mastery over time. Many of the most successful individuals in any field did not start with perfect knowledge, but with a willingness to take action and improve continuously. Confidence does not come from merely acquiring knowledge, but from using it and seeing tangible results. Applying knowledge also helps in identifying gaps in understanding. Many concepts seem clear in theory, but reveal complexities when put into practice. This realization pushes individuals to go back, relearn certain aspects, and refine their approach. The process of continuous application and refinement leads to deeper expertise. Without application, it is easy to develop a false sense of knowing. People may feel knowledgeable about a topic because they have read or heard about it extensively, but true expertise comes from doing. A person can read countless books on entrepreneurship, but until they start a business, they will not understand the real challenges, decision-making processes, and problem-solving required to succeed. Knowledge applied in real situations also has a lasting impact on memory and retention. Studies show that people remember information better when they actively use it. Teaching others, discussing ideas, and engaging in hands-on practice reinforce what has been learned. When a concept is applied repeatedly, it becomes ingrained in the mind, making it easier to recall and use effectively in the future. The human brain is wired to remember experiences and actions more than passive information, which is why practical application solidifies learning. Taking small, consistent actions based on new knowledge is often more effective than waiting for a big opportunity to use everything at once. Small steps create momentum and build habits that lead to long-term success. Rather than feeling overwhelmed by vast amounts of knowledge, focusing on applying small portions immediately makes learning more manageable and impactful. Those who apply what they learn regularly are the ones who continuously evolve, adapt, and succeed in their personal and professional lives. Staying consistent in learning is the key to long-term growth, adaptability, and success. Knowledge is not something that is acquired once and remains relevant forever. It is a continuous process that requires daily effort. Many people start with enthusiasm when learning something new, but only a few remain committed over time. The difference between those who achieve mastery and those who stagnate lies in their ability to stay consistent. Small, steady efforts compound over time, leading to significant improvements that may not be immediately visible, but make a lasting impact. Consistency in learning does not mean spending hours every day studying. It means making learning a habit, integrating it into daily life, and ensuring that knowledge is always being expanded in some form. Even dedicating just 10 to 15 minutes a day to reading, practicing a skill, or engaging in thought-provoking discussions can lead to tremendous growth over the years. The brain thrives on regular stimulation, and when new information is absorbed consistently, it becomes easier to retain and apply. Just as physical exercise strengthens the body, mental exercise through consistent learning strengthens the mind, improving cognitive abilities and problem-solving skills. One of the biggest challenges people face in staying consistent is a lack of immediate results. In a world that rewards instant gratification, long-term learning can feel slow and frustrating. However, true knowledge and expertise are built over time. Just like an athlete trains for months before seeing peak performance, intellectual growth follows the same pattern. Those who stay consistent, even when they do not see immediate benefits, are the ones who eventually surpass others who relied on bursts of motivation without sustained effort. Learning is a long-term investment, and its rewards often appear gradually rather than all at once. Developing a routine for learning makes consistency easier. Setting aside specific times for reading, researching, or practicing a skill helps turn learning into a natural part of daily life rather than something that feels like a chore. The most successful individuals structure their days in a way that allows for continuous knowledge expansion. Whether it is reading during breakfast, listening to a podcast while commuting, or reflecting on new ideas before bed, simple routines ensure that learning remains a priority. Over time, these small habits accumulate, leading to profound knowledge and expertise. Surrounding oneself with a learning-oriented environment also plays a crucial role in maintaining consistency. Being in the company of people who value growth, staying connected to educational content, and engaging in discussions about new ideas reinforce the habit of learning. When learning becomes a shared activity rather than a solitary pursuit, it is easier to stay motivated and accountable. Group discussions, mentorship, and online communities provide encouragement and inspiration to keep going even when motivation fades. Engaging with knowledgeable individuals keeps the mind stimulated and reinforces the importance of continuous learning. Another important factor in maintaining consistency is embracing curiosity. When people see learning as an exciting journey rather than an obligation, it becomes easier to stay engaged. Curiosity drives the desire to explore new topics, question existing beliefs, and seek out different perspectives. Instead of forcing oneself to learn something out of necessity, finding subjects that genuine inclination to learn consistently. Passion for knowledge sustains long-term engagement, making learning an enjoyable and fulfilling experience. Tracking progress helps reinforce the benefits of consistent learning. Keeping a journal, setting small goals, and reviewing past achievements create a sense of accomplishment. When people see how much they have learned over time, it motivates them to continue. Reflecting on growth reinforces the idea that knowledge is constantly expanding, and even small efforts contribute to significant improvements. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, recognizing incremental progress encourages long-term commitment to learning. Adapting to changes and being open to new methods of learning also help maintain consistency. The way people consume information evolves, and being flexible in learning approaches ensures that knowledge acquisition remains engaging. Whether it is through books, videos, podcasts, interactive courses, or hands-on experiences, diversifying learning methods keeps the process fresh and stimulating. Keeping an open mind and staying adaptable prevents stagnation, ensuring that learning remains a lifelong pursuit.